Hello, my friends. This is BobbieD coming to you live from Talambaan, Cebu, Philippines. Having an awesome time today in the Philippines. Hope you are as well, where we're from. Today, we're going to talk to you about Biden State of the Union Address 2024 in the Philippines. Biden State of the Union Address, the United States of America, and 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm checking. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm checking my audio, make sure everything's straight. We're going to be here for a while, so I'm going to make sure it is good to go. Okay. 1 second. Well, I don't know. Wait for a couple of other people coming. If you cannot hear me, ladies and gentlemen, let me know. Just give me a shout out in the notes, okay? But we won't be here for a while, so let's make sure I can be heard. Audio is good. Mic check is working, and everything is good. If you cannot hear me, give me a shout out in the chat section, okay? Hey, what's up, Smooth? Good to see you in the house today, man. Always good to see my regulars in the house. I haven't been live for a while, so y'all bear with me, okay? I'm learning how to do stuff over again. But today, I want to talk to you about Joseph Biden. Yeah, Joe. They call him Joe, Sleepy Joe, whatever you want to call him. He old as dirt, whatever you want to call him, man. That's his name, Joseph Biden. And he is the president of the United States of America. Yeah, the best country, the best economy, the best job, whatever you want to call it, in the entire world. Why do you think people? What's up, Amy? So good to see you, my dear. Long time no see, but I see you now, baby. What's up? But why do you think people from all over the world want to come to the United States of America? Because it's an awesome country. Speaking of America, Lisa D and I just came back from the United States of America, and we had an awesome time, man. We had an awesome time, guys. It was awesome, off the chain. It was so awesome. I did not do a lot of videos because we didn't have time. You know, every time I was going to school, and it was cold, man. That's what made it even worse. A little bit. It would had it been a little bit warmer, we would have probably did a little bit more videos. But it was cold, man. We was like in and out, get out this cold weather. But we loved it. We had time. But back to the subject. Joseph Biden did an awesome job, in my humble opinion, in his latest State of the Union address for 2024. Yeah, I know Joseph is old. President Biden is old. You know, don't go there with me with the age thing, okay? Just don't do it. We already know he's old. We can't do nothing about that, right? But his mind is right. His mind is tight. He's long and he's strong on his word and his actions. That is what we need to focus on. You know, when you get old, you stumble a little bit with your feet. You stammer your words a little bit. Sometimes you get brain freeze. You know, things just don't come to you like they used to because the age. You know, your brain's just, it's a brain fog, brain freeze, whatever you want to call it. But he did an excellent job today. And not only did he get to do a good job on his speech, ladies and gentlemen, he did a good job with his energy. And that's what I was particularly concerned about, his level of energy. He brought it, okay? He brought it. Now, some people say, well, he was just yelling because he had no energy. Okay, so what? It was good to me. It did what he needed to do. He got me motivated. He made me feel like I have a president to be proud of. He made me feel that the future of America is bright, tight, right, long, and strong. He talked about veterans, and I'm going to go over a list. I made some notes as I looked at the State of the Union address. And I'm going to go over some notes with you that I took. If I can find it. Here we go. So he started out the speech quite slow, a little bit slow. You know, I thought he was going to fumble, but thank goodness he picked it up. He talked about Putin. Number one, he said, Putin, it's unacceptable to tell Putin to do whatever the hell you want. He was talking about Donald Trump. And remember that statement that Donald Trump made several weeks ago, but he's going to when he gets in office, he's going to be a dictator day one. And after that, he's going to let Putin do whatever the hell he wants to do. Remember that? Remember that? Yeah. He said, we will not stand up. Joe Biden said, put his foot down on that one. He said, that's unacceptable for a leader of the United States of America, presidency. And he said, we will stand up to Putin. He said, we will not walk away. We will not bow down. I will not bow down. That's the kind of leadership you want in your president. Okay? That's the kind of strong man you want in office. That's the kind of man you want to lead you in the fight. You know, if I was able to go back in the army and the military right now, I wouldn't mind Joe being my leader. I wouldn't mind Joe being my sergeant. I wouldn't mind Joe being my CO. Because he can rally me. I'm gonna rally behind him. He said, let's go. I'm saying, let's go, Joe. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody that able to inspire you, not and to put some fire in you, to lead you. Okay. And that's he did that for me. I don't know about you guys, you know. I guess when I get through with this, you want to chit chat about speech. That's fine. Smooth said, I hope Lisa enjoyed being called grandma. Why you talking? Why you keep well, okay, let's I'm gonna get to all these chats as soon as I get through with my little topic, okay? So I'm not gonna go over everything because he talked about a lot. He had a long speech, guys, a very long speech, but it was good. It was good. Now, there are some people that say the Biden speech was very, very political, and it shouldn't have been because it should have been more about the State of the Union. I say the heck with that. Guess who had a political speech when he did his first State of the Union address? Orange man. And it was worse than Biden's, but they don't bring that up. Biden had to do what he had to do. He used his time to get his point across politically and nationalistically about the nation's future of the nation, the current status of the nation, whatever you want to call it. And he did a good job. He had to do what he had to do. People saying, well, Biden can't stand up long, he can't talk long. He proved them wrong tonight. He stood up long and he talked long and he talked right. Okay. I'm going to tell you some of the things, highlights. I got notes on what he talked. He talked about history is going to be watching us and as we do things in this country. And he talked about you cannot love your country only when you win, referring to Donald Trump. He talked about political violence has no place in America. He talked about guaranteeing the right to IVF, in vitro fertilization. You know, as you may or may not know, in Alabama recently, they said that in vitro fertilization or eggs, embryos are human beings. So many of the in IVF clinics rather shut down because of that, because it was thought that they could be breaking the law and all like that. But recently, Alabama passed another law protecting the IVF clinics. Okay, and then he talked about Vice President Harris and how she was doing in her job. He talked about women are not without political or electoral power. Okay, and that was referring to Roe versus Wade. Okay, yeah, remember Roe versus Wade was the law of the land for what 50 plus years, and then Orange Man got in office, put all those conservative, ultra conservative, MAGA judges in place and kicked it out. Okay, but guess what? Joe reminded them that the women have not forgotten about Roe versus Wade. And then he said, we will win again. I like that. You know, be positive. You're going to get into, he said, we're going to win again in 2024. We will restore Roe versus Wade. He talked about how the prior Orange Man, the prior president, didn't care about COVID-19 patients. How many millions of people lost their lives regarding COVID-19 because the prior prior president didn't give a flip. It was like, just like the flu, you take some Clorox and you drink that and you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Remember that? Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. Then further, Joe talked about America is a comeback story, okay? We had some setbacks, and he said America is turning the setbacks into the greatest comeback in America. And he was referring to all of his things that he'd done while in office, while in last 3 years. Only 3 years. And guys, he has only been in office 3 years. Can you believe that? And I can't begin to tell you all of the list of accomplishments that this president, had done in 3 small years. He got Obama beat. He got Orange Man in the dirt. Orange Man, when you compare Joe Biden's record to Orange Man's record, Orange Man didn't do squat, did he? Okay. All right. 13.5 million jobs. That's one thing under his 3-year term so far. 13, the most in history of any president in history. Unemployment, ladies and gentlemen, 15-year low. Okay. Did you hear me, man? 15 years, not 5, not 2, not 3, not 4, 15-year low. Are you with me? Okay. Then he talked about historic job growth, 800 historic job growth, 800 manufacturing jobs and counting. Uh, we haven't seen that in decades. Okay. And then he talked about insurance. He talked about more people have health insurance than any other time before, and that's because of the Affordable Care Act, which Orange Man and many others have tried to get away with, done do away with, but they're not going to do away with it because it's not going anywhere. It works for the people of America, and the people of America will not have it. They've tried. I don't know how many times they tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, formerly known as Obamacare, and it's never been successfully dealt with. So that's here to stay. So excuse me one second. They talk about America's going to be America proud again, making things in America again. He talked about the CHIPS Manufacturing Act, created tens of thousands of new jobs, $650 billion in private investments. He talked about the bipartisan infrastructure law, which created new jobs and roads. And he talked about the affordable high-speed internet wherever you live in the country, that's there. He talked about record investments in the travel community. He talked about the stock market record level highs since he's been in office. That's just the tip of the iceberg. You know, he talked about the UAW, the plants being closed, and he got with the UAW presidents, and they kept all of the plants open. Okay, so that's just the tip of the iceberg. Talked about prescription drugs, where he got the cap. Those of you out there that are diabetic, the cap is like $35 a month on diabetic now. Big Pharma lost that one. And then I said, but they can't make no money like that. The Big Pharma can still make money. The wages, the prescription drug medications prices in the United States are higher than anywhere else in the world. Okay, and they need to cut them down. So that's just a few of the things that he talked about. And I'm gonna run down here to the end of it, and so we can get some chit chat in there. He talked about embracing American values. Okay, and then one thing he talked about: everybody deserves to be treated as equal. But what I like about what he said that America has never fully lived up to being equal. Okay. We've never fully lived up to ensuring that everyone is created equal. That's true. I'm an African American. I can tell you right now, they don't treat me. When I went to the USA, I had a popo on my tail. Y'all know I got a car. I got a SUV out there, right? I was driving the popo, man. He was tailing me, man. And so I said, no, I said, Lisa D. He said, what? I said, the popo on the back of me. I was dripping with sweat, man. And he followed us for like 2 blocks, man. So I saw a Dairy Queen on the right. So I said, I'm gonna pull over this Dairy Queen, see if he can keep you leave us alone. I pull over the Dairy Queen, and thank goodness he went on by it. But he was trying to check my license or something. I don't know what was the problem, man. The guy just wouldn't. I drove slow. I sped it up a little bit. I made sure I was under the speed limit. But I'm telling you, that's the kind of things you face as an African American day in, day out in America. We don't get treated equal. But he admitted that we've never lived up to it. Okay. And that's his goal as a president, to try to live up to that. Okay. And you can't ask no more than that, right? He talked about his age. Yeah. And he said that how old we are is about our ideas. Yeah. How old you are is not necessarily about your age, but the idea that you have in your HEAD. Yeah. You got old ideas in your head, you're going to do old stuff. But if you look toward the future, that's what he talked about. Vision toward the future, then you can lead America the right way. You can lead America out of the dungeons of the past. And he compared himself to Orange Man, and that Orange Man wants to lead the country back into the past, the dungeons of the past. He wants to lead us out of the dungeons of the past. Okay? And he talked about the PACT Act. You remember the PACT Act? PACT Act that helped millions of veterans that were exposed to toxins. Yeah, all kind of stuff this guy has done, and nobody's giving him credit. Okay, talked about Palestine. He's trying to build a port where he can deliver aid to the Palestinians. Okay, and he's trying to get a ceasefire. Talked about passing the Voting Rights Act. Okay, he talked about that the fact that Donald Trump, if you want to call him that, has passed, and when he was in office, he passed a $2 trillion tax cut for corporations. Trillion. I didn't say million, trillion. And those tax cuts put over a trillion worth of debt into our national budget. He talked about the fact that he's reduced our national debt for our national budget by 1 trillion. And he has plans on reducing it even further in his next 4 years. He talked about voter suppression. He talked about John Lewis and passing the Voters' Rights Act. He talked about a lot. He said, and finally, he said, if you give me a good House of Representatives, you give me a good Senate, you give me a good Congress that's willing to work with me, I can get more and more done. So think about it. What I like about Joe Biden is that all of the things he's done, ladies and gentlemen, he did it with a divided Congress. Okay, he did it with a Congress that was majority, by a slim margin, ruled by the Republican Party. Okay, and many would say the MAGA extremist Republicans. Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene, remember her? Yeah, people like her. Can you imagine her if she was vice president or she was president? Yeah, I don't. That thought just almost explodes my mind. You know, so I'm just like, what? But it's people like that that really he talked about, and he just bothers me when I think about things like that. So I'm gonna go real quick. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the State of the Union address. I was I'll be honest with you, man. I really thought he was gonna fumble. You know how when old people get up there, they tell, and they have a brain freeze. And what was I going to say? But I think he had a teleprompter or something. I'm not sure. But even if he didn't have a teleprompter, his mind that showed his mind so sharp. Even if he did have a teleprompter, it takes intense attention span to sit there and read, okay, consistently when you're on the mark, everybody's looking at you. It's a lot of pressure, right? So he did a great job overall. Smooth Sounds, I'm here. Emmy, good to see you, Emmy. Chichi Baya, yeah, right in the love train. Hey, first man up, Smooth Sounds. First woman up, and the second person up, Emmy. Number 2, just 1, 2. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hadn't seen you in a long time. So glad to see you. Hope you're doing well out there in Abu Dhabi. She's in Abu Dhabi, whatever that foreign country is. Smooth Sounds, hey, yeah, okay, good. I'm glad y'all can hear me well. Man, don't call her that. Why do you keep calling Smooth Sound? Let me tell you something, man. Do not call her that because she didn't like that, okay? Just between me and you, don't do that. She's not a grandma, okay? She might be a mama, hot mama, but she ain't she ain't no grandma. Don't do that to her, man. You know. But Modified. What's up, Modified? How you doing, my brother? If you have not hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button one time. 1, 2, 3. Shit your pie out. 1, 2, 3. Shit your pie out. Hit that like button. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button for me. Let's get the likes up. Modified. If you have not hit this like button, subscribe. Do that for me. Hit the subscribe button for me. Okay, do that for me. Okay. Email Emmy. He said, "I see you." Emi or am I? Okay. Smooth Sound. I think it's a 50-year low fund. But yeah, I don't know if it's 50 years, but it's a long time that it's been this low. So we have a good president in office, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm riding with Biden. I'm a Democrat, and I'm not against Republicans. I'm not against independents. I'm not against libertarians. I'll say whatever your platform is, stick with it. Whatever your political affinity is, your political party is, stick with it. But as for me, right now, I'm hanging with the Democrats, and Joe Biden is the man who I'm going to back for 2024. Okay, so if you're a MAGA idiot, that's up to you. If that's what you want to do, I don't want to be an idiot. I want to be a person that's reasonable. I don't want to be far to the right. I don't want to be too far to the left. I want to be in the middle, have some common ground, some common sense. And I believe that Joe Biden is the man that can bring it down for me. All right. So what else we got? If y'all want to talk, smooth sound, you still out there, modify yourself there, Emmy still out there. Well, I got 3 people here, and it's getting sort of funky. Let's get. I need y'all to let's. What do you think? What y'all think about the speech? If you saw the speech, State of the Union address tonight, tell me what good points that you liked, what he talked about. If you didn't see the speech, what would you have liked him to talk about? Let's get this conversation started right. Let's get it growing, and let's get it knowing about the State of the Union. I watched Joe Biden's State of the Union address, the first one he gave in 2020, and it was a good one. He had, I'll be honest with you, as far as his energy level, it was more energy then. I guess that's because it's first one. A little bit less energy now, and that's probably because of his age. The more older you get, the less your energy level is there, unless you're using some stuff that's going to boost it up, like steroids and all that kind of stuff. But who want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Keep it real and keep it right, and leave the drugs alone. Okay, all of you out there, don't do it. It ain't worth it. Okay. But yeah, Lisa D now, since y'all ain't talking, I'm gonna talk. All right, so Lisa and I went to the USA, man. We had an awesome time. This is my first live since I've been back from the USA. This is like second week since we've been back. This was Lisa D's first time ever in the United States, and she had a great time. We took her a lot of different places. Most of the thing we did was introduce her to the relatives on the USA side. And many of them had already spoken to her. But when you meet someone in person, it becomes a whole nother, it gets into a whole nother level of relationship. And so they fell in love with Lisa D, and Lisa D fell in love with them even more. So it's always good. Lisa D was so excited to get to the United States, and she wanted to go back. Can you believe it, guys? She wants to go back to the United States. And I said, yeah, let's go, baby. You know what I'm saying? But we got to wait for the visa, the permanent visa to come through. And that's what we're working on now. That was a visitor's visa that we were on, which is temporary. She has a 10-year, actually has a 10-year visitor's visa where she can go to the USA for a 10-year period. And so that's awesome. If we want to go right back tomorrow or next week, we can go because she got the visa. She's already approved. We don't have to go through the paperwork, pay the money, all that stuff. We already done that. So the next visa we're working on now is the permanent resident visa. So she'll be, when she gets that visa, guess what? We are gonna sky up. We out of here, man. We gone. When you coming back? Huh? And she might come back to visit parents, something like that. But me, nah, I'm done. I'm done, baby. I'm out. All right. So Smooth said, I saw it from start to finish. Yes, he stammered a little bit, but it's on point. Yeah, he's stammering a little bit. Anybody can stammer. You can stammer. We all can stammer. So we cannot hold that against him because you got to look at it. He's a senior citizen. Okay. Senior citizens, that's what they do. Sometimes they don't get all the words out properly, and sometimes the words take a while to come out. But in my opinion, I forgot. Joe has if you recall, he overcame his stammering problem. He had a huge stammering problem as a child. He overcame it by self-discipline and training himself to speak properly. And so occasionally when he speaks, that stammering issue will come sometimes reappear in his life. So, but he knows what to do to control it. He calms himself down and then focus on his words. So we have to give him credit for that. At an elderly age, he's still able to speak properly and overcome that stammering problem that he has. Okay, so let's just give him credit for that. But as far as being president, I'm very happy with some of the things. I'll be honest with you. Now, there's some things I'm not going to go list them, but there's some things I've not been pleased with. But nobody's perfect, right? Some things you're not pleased with me with everything, right? Nobody's perfect, and I'm not pleased with you with everything. But that's how life is. But the majority of things that he's done, even when Obama was in office, I wasn't pleased with everything Obama did. I mean, you might think I was because he's black now. His color, I was happy that he was African American, and I voted for him. But that was not my primary reason for voting for him. My primary reason for voting for him because he gave us hope for the future. That was his whole platform. Yes, I can, and hope for the future. Remember that? Yes, I can. So that's what I voted for. So uh, it's always good to know who you are voting for, read about that person, read about their background, their history, how they grew up, and the things they're involved with. Um, right now they're trying to uh, do an impeachment on that talks about impeachment for Joe Biden, but they have nothing, no evidence. So they're going after his son, Hunter Biden. Now, Hunter did some stuff, okay, but they cannot connect the stuff that Hunter Biden did to Joe, which they're trying to do. There's no evidence that Joe took any money from Hunter, from his son, and so they cannot. So eventually, that impeachment stuff for Biden will probably be thrown out of the window. Okay, but Hunter, fortunately, Hunter might get some time. He probably get some time off stuff he was doing. Yeah, but we'll see. So I want to talk to you about some things that's happening out here in the Philippines. Recently, there was another clash. You believe it, guys? Another clash between China and China Coast Guard, China militia, and the Philippine Coast Guard. Um, for those of you that may or may not know, Philippines has a series of islands in the West Philippine Sea, or as China calls it, the South China Sea. And for many, many years, Philippines have been fishing and no problems in the area, no problems, right? But for the last, I guess, 10 years or so, China's encroaching upon the Philippine territorial fishing grounds and waterways, okay, economic zone. And so now China's telling the Philippines, where you're fishing at, we own that. That's mine. I want you out. And basically paraphrasing, but basically that's what they're saying. And Philippines said, no, wait a minute. This is ours. We've been fishing here for years. This is our territory. You can't tell us that. And Philippines took them to court back in, I think it was 2015, and court of arbitration, and they won. The International Court of Arbitration uh, had won, sided with the Philippines, saying that those waters were the Philippines. But guess what? Beijing, China, Xi Jinping, he refused to acknowledge that the Philippines were on the case. So now this is where we are right now. Every time Filipinos go to a particular area in those waters, China harasses them. The latest incident came on March, I think it was March 5th, and China Coast Guards took a water cannon, which is like a big jet stream of water, and they pushed it on a small resupply boat of China, and they both busted out all of the glasses, the waters. They damaged the boat heavily. They even hit the boat. They blockaded the boat like that, and that's a no-no in international waters. You just don't do that kind of stuff. But China does it. Okay, and the reason why they justify themselves doing it, their so-called justification for doing it, attacking Chinese Filipino boats, because that's our waters, and it's actually not. And they've lost the case on that. That is not their way, but they're still trying to do it. So that's a huge problem here in the Philippines, and how it's going to be resolved. Um, Everybody wants to resolve it peacefully. They don't want to put any getting violence or military might involved, because as you may or may not know, the Philippines has a treaty with the United States called, it's a mutual defense treaty, which anybody comes against the Philippines, tries to fight the Philippines for any reason, or whatever, attacks, armed attack the United States, they have a treaty with the United States. The United States will come and protect them, and they vice versa. If anybody attacks the United States, the Philippines will do the same. It's a mutual defense treaty. Both countries have signed this. And this treaty is like 15, 20 years old now, maybe more than that. But that's what the Philippines has as an ace card that they can pull. That they push come to shove, they got nobody else, because you know you can't beat the Philippines is a tiny country. They cannot beat China by themselves, right? So people are looking at wondering when is Marcos going to enact the mutual defense treaty and get the U.S. involved. I don't think he should do that at this time. It's not ready. It's not time for it. And handling it peacefully is the best way to do it. And if they have to take them back to court, take them back to court, and that's the best way to get that done. All right. No more comments. No more questions. No more questions. No more questions. All right, guys. I'm coming to you live from the Lambon, Cebu, Philippines. I'm doing it on my desktop today, and they got some new things on the desktop I didn't know about. Google is, YouTube is really doing good. I can show my window and stuff now. I can show my entire screen now. And so now I know I can share some stuff with you. So next time I'll probably have my charts and stuff like I don't do. But anyway, I will have a guide for you next time. Anyway, I'm going to be back again maybe tomorrow. I'm going to starting my live streams up again since we're back. I've been doing my videos as well. So y'all guys, make sure you look at all the videos and like and subscribe. Okay, that's it for now, guys. This is BobbieD saying take care. Oh, Emmy, thank you for being here. Smooth Sound, thank you for being here. Modified, thank you for being here. If Modified, if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, do that for me, okay? That's all our guys about this. Take care, God bless, and peace. See you on the backside of tomorrow. Take care.